What's good, YouTube? You're back on S Motorsports. Today, we're going to be working on getting the transmission bolted to the LQ4 so we can get it into the Trans Am. Alright guys, like I said, today I'm going to be working on getting the transmission that we just put a shift kit in. If you haven't seen that video, check that out up here. And today I'm going to be working on getting my Circle D torque converter installed on the transmission, as well as getting this thing bolted together and test fitting the headers that I'm going to be using on the Trans Am, as we probably got to cut a little bit of the transmission ears off to make the headers work.
We interrupt this program for an important news announcement.
That's right, guys. We have an S Motorsports merch store set up, ready to go for your orders. We have different specific men's apparel, couple different t-shirt designs that have different S Motorsports logos, as well as hoodies, crew necks. Some of the sweatshirts do have the S Motorsports flag on the back of them as well, which is cool. Also, specific women's apparel that is specific for a women's fit. And then, of course, we have some accessories or hats in different trucker hats, Carhartt, and then a couple different beanie designs with the S Motorsports logo. So make sure to pick you up some cool merch and support the channel. The link will be in the description. Thanks, guys, and now back to regular scheduled programming.
So that's what I'm going to be working on today. I'm getting ready for the weekend to get this. I got some people coming to help stuff this into the Trans Am, so I want to get everything ready and good to go. So let's have at her. We're going to start by getting the Circle D torque converter installed, and I'll show you that if you missed the video up here, but I'll show you what I picked up. All right, guys, so we're getting down low. We got my Circle D torque converter, which I picked up. It is the 300 millimeter 3000 stall version of their torque converter. Whoops, got backwards. So if we open this baby up, check out the other video if you haven't seen it, but they give you hardware. We got, you know, all the goodies and stuff. Set those aside. We will be possibly using the washers. Got to check the spacing and stuff. We'll do that in this video. But we got to take it out. Might as well take it out because we're going to be installing it. There we go. This is their 300 millimeter version. We do have to fill it with some fluid before we get this installed. But it's, like I said, it's their 3000 stall converter. This was spec'd with the Red Hot Cam from Brian Tooley Racing. This is the torque converter they suggested for my application. What else? I did weigh this as well. If you're curious, this torque converter weighed, what was that, 43.5 pounds dry. I did weigh my other old 4L80E torque converter. It does probably have some fluid in there, but it was 58.5 pounds or 58 pounds. So even if that was 6 pounds of fluid, let's say, in there, that's still 50 pounds. We are saving a little bit of rotating mass with this, as it is a 12-inch version versus the other torque converter. The stock one is more like a 13-inch converter. I'm going to get this installed right away. We're going to fill it with some fluid and then make sure we get the 3 clicks. So guys, I am going to be running AMSOIL ATF in here. What did I pick? I just picked their Signature Series. This I thought was the best route for my transmission and the viscosity that I wanted in it. Let's see what 1 quart looks like in here. All right, guys, I got 1 quart in here. That's about, it seems like all it's gonna want to take without really spilling all over, and I'm probably still gonna spill all over. So I got transmission fluid in here. We got the O-ring on. Now you just slide it in and make sure you get the 3 clicks, or that it's fully seated. So trying to get the fluid kind of all up in there so we don't spill a ton, which we probably will anyways. All right, then you just go for it. I don't even know how many clicks that was. Sounded like 2, but you'll know. I didn't even spill any. That's pretty good. So you'll know if the spacing is wrong once we bolt this up. All right, next I'm gonna work on getting the engine lifted here, get the engine off the stand finally, and we'll get it lowered down and bolted up to the transmission. And then we can check to make sure the clearance is good between the flex plate and the torque converter. All right guys, I'm bringing you in close. We are looking at the torque converter spacing. As you can see, I got a little bit of a space there. So what I did is, a good trick is to get a drill bit. And so I got, this is a 3/16 or 0.1875 thickness. And as you can see, it does fit in there almost just a little bit more. So we're shooting for an 1/8 to 3/16. So I think technically this would be good. So I am gonna be using these ARP bolts, so I will open it up and follow these instructions. But so Circle D did supply different thickness washers. So this washer is 60 thousandths thick. So if I slide that in there, that will reduce my gap to an 1/8 inch, which is perfect. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use one 60 thou washer to shrink that up just a tiny bit, as we maybe are just ever so slightly bigger, as I can fit that drill bit in and wiggle a little bit. So to get it closer to that 1/8 inch, what is kind of what they call out, that's what I'm gonna do. So let's open this ARP kit up and see what the instructions say for torque. That's really what I'm wondering. You know, obviously you could use the Circle D bolts. I'm sure they would be just fine. I just opted to go with the ARP. So these are 3/8 fasteners. So we're gonna be torquing them to 45 foot-pounds. So we gotta slide that one little washer up in there. Ooh, that's probably gonna be the hard part. So 45 pounds we're gonna torque to. All right guys, we're at the point where we got the transmission all bolted up. The torque converter is, you know, tightened down and everything. The next step that I want to do is I need to test fit the headers on, because I think there is a pretty common issue where the bell housing here hits the headers. So I believe I just want to test fit them, and I probably got to chop some off of this with the Sawzall. So that's what I'm going to do next. Obviously, as you can see, I also went with Speed Engineering F-body headers. Hopefully these work as good as Speed Engineering headers did on the Camaro, but we'll find out. You can see this is gonna get really close to my shift lever here. Not sure how that's gonna work in full neutral, or in park. Looks like it's basically almost hitting it. It actually clears the bell housing here, but I'm gonna put the other bottom piece on. All right guys, so bringing you in. Looks like I don't really have a clearance issue on, would be the driver's side. That looks like that clears, but I'm probably gonna cut this off anyways because I need to trim a little bit off of this lower bell housing. The headers are basically touching it. As you can see, I guess we'll have to figure something out here as this is gonna be super tight. I mean, I don't really wanna try and bend the headers. I'll probably just, if you guys know a solution to this, let me know, but I'm gonna try and figure something out there. And then on the other side, the header doesn't even go on. Whoa. On this side, you can see the header doesn't even go on. It is hitting the bell housing here. So I'm gonna come in and just chop this straight down and chop off the other part as well and make some clearance. So I'm gonna do that next. All right guys, that's it. We got her all prepped. I got the ears cut off on both sides. So we should be good to go. Should have plenty of clearance now. And yeah, that's it. She's ready to go in basically. All right guys, that's it for today then. We got the engine prepped. The next thing you're gonna see is the engine being installed into the car. And then we can hopefully make some progress on the fuel system and get all those accessories back on. Start throwing all the radiator parts, all of that good stuff. Hopefully make some meaningful progress. So, all right guys, till next time, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.